Hello everybody, welcome to part 4 of the popcorn lace sweater, and in this case the blue popcorn lace sweater. I completed my homework, so I finished the front and back panel of this sweater. I also filled in all the square spaces between the large round motifs. I also completed the sleeves 1 and 2. Okay, so why I decided not to show the process of making the sleeves is because nothing new goes on here than you already know, that I already showed in the previous videos. So the sleeve is made out of 2 additional large motifs on one side and 2 large motifs on the other side. So again, like front and back panels of this top. They are joined exactly the same way as here, the way I showed in the previous videos. The only thing is that what I wanted you to make sure that you don't miss or don't skip is the first time for one side, it doesn't matter which side you're gonna start joining motifs for the sleeve, but the first one, what you're gonna do, the first motif is gonna join on top. Of course, when you're gonna start working, you're gonna join 3 motifs, 3 shells here, and then you're gonna continue the whole motif around till the end. And then the next motif is gonna be this one, which is gonna be made exactly the same way as the first one, and you're gonna also join to the previous one by 3 shells, and then you'll continue the motif till the end, and then you'll turn your sleeve with the other side facing you, and the next motif, this one, you're gonna join on this side, yeah, to the previous motif, and then 1 shell is gonna be free, 3 shells are gonna join to the motif from the back, 1 shell free, and then 3 other shells are gonna be joined to the shells from the motif underneath. And the same thing is gonna happen to the last motif, to the 4th one for this sleeve. The same thing you're gonna do for the other sleeve too. Each sleeve will have 2 empty spaces on the top of it, and then 1 on the bottom. The other empty space that's going to result from all the other motifs is going to be the underarm space. The underarm space is going to be different than all the other square spaces, so I'm going to talk to you about this space in more detail. But before I talk to you about the underarm space, I want to clarify a few things about the spaces at the neckline, the ones that are here. If you started to make a top like this with me, then your top has to have empty spaces here, here, and here. I already added the motifs, and let me explain to you what is this motif about. Normally, here would be a motif, and you would have a square space, and you know how to do that. So this is a 3-sided space, and one side is, I don't know, is missing, is invisible, if you want to imagine it. Okay, if not, it's a 3-sided space. So for this space, I drew the same motif but a little bit different. So you can see these 2 stitches are missing from this corner, and these 2 stitches are missing from this corner, because these corners are incomplete corners, not like here or here. So we're gonna, and this is the chart that shows how to connect this motif to the picots of those round motifs that you look at in your top. This chart is good for all 4 corners. For example, this, how you're gonna look for the left side, let's say, And this is how you are going to look at it for the right side. And then for the back, you're just gonna turn it like this. This is gonna be for the back for the right side, and this is gonna be for the back for the left side. That's how you're gonna have to turn this chart around in order to be able to see clearly which picot and which stitch joins to which picot. That's you know that the crochet chart is an exact representation of the stitches in your crochet fabric. So what you see here, that's what you have to have in your crochet fabric. Okay, so you're gonna start with the center, that is a chain 5, join it in ring, and then work your double crochets, chain 2 spaces, double crochet, chain 2 space, and so on and so forth till the end. And then work your popcorn stitches around, and then this. You always start the work, you can start the work here with this center one, but for me it's easier to start the work here at this picot, because this picot always joins the middle picot of a free shell. Remember the free shells we had to leave in the previous videos? So this is their purpose, to join the picot of this motif when you fill the space. So I start with this picot, I join here, and then I go on, I keep working like that. I join that picot, the next one, with a treble, and then with a double crochet the next available picot, the next available picot, another treble into the last picot. Then I slip stitch into this treble, and then I chain 2, and I keep going following this chart, and so on and so forth till you finish here. So here you're gonna have to work only 2 stitches for this side, and then you're gonna work this side as if there was another motif, but there isn't, so this picot doesn't join anything, obviously. And then here, have to pay attention, the stitches go to the motif that stays here, the one that you started your work here. So you need to continue with only 2 more picots from this motif. Like, don't get confused with the other ones, okay? So double crochet into this one and treble into the last one, and you're gonna end up your work here. That is if you want to do the same way I did, but if you want, you can start here too, and then just keep following this chart in its entirety, and everything will be fine. For the underarm space, we're going to use this chart. You see, the space that you have at the underarm is a hexagon because it has 6 corners around. So your space should look really big right now, but then when you're going to join this motif to that space, the space will shrink. It will be like super small. And the same way, nothing new here. You just follow the chart. Here is the legend, the key, okay, of the crochet symbols and what they mean. These picots are always out of chain 3. You join them exactly the way I showed you in the previous videos. The same way here is just instead of 4 corners, you have 6. Okay, so nothing complicated really. You always start with the picot that has to join the middle picot of a full shell. That's my rule. That's what I do. So that will make your life a lot easier. And this is how it looks in the crochet fabric. It's exactly like in the chart. It's just here are the actual stitches. Okay, so just to show you like a better representation. So this is the picot that joins the middle picot of a shell, of the full shell that was available here, and then these 4 stitches join the next 4 picots, and then 1 picot that joins the middle of the shell, another 4 stitches for the next 4 picots, and so on and so forth around till you get back to where you started. And that's it. I think that's all you need to know for this top. And now I would like to talk about the neckline edging. We cannot leave, I mean, you can leave if you want to, you can leave it like that, but that doesn't have a very pleasant look. It looks like it's unfinished. So, plus, it really gets larger when you wear it, and well, I guess it depends on what each one prefers. I like to edge it because it gives it a better fit on my body, and that's why I'm gonna show you how to edge it nicely. And if you want to do that, you can. I always start at the back, also the right side facing me. So I start at the middle motif in the middle picot. That's my rule always, middle picot. That sounds funny. So we're gonna start with a single crochet in this picot. So chain 1, single crochet in the same picot, and then chain 3, single crochet in the next picot, chain 5, single crochet in the next picot. So I have a system. Wherever you see a small space between picots, it's going to be always a chain 3 space. When you see a larger space between picots, that's going to be a chain 5 space. But in every picot, you're going to make a single crochet for the first row. So let's do that together. So I'm going to start in this middle picot with, I'm going to join the yarn. I'll start like that. I'm not making a standing single crochet. I'll just go ahead and join the yarn like that. So this would be my first chain 1, and then in this same picot I'll make a single crochet, and I'll try to weave in this little tail. Like I said, chain 2 for a small space between the chain 3, I'm sorry, chain 3 between the picots where there is a small space between them, and where we see a larger space, we're gonna work a chain 5. So this, I want to weave it in, that's why I had to redo this part. So chain 3, then single crochet into the next picot, and now we have to have a chain 5. Three, 4, 5. Single crochet into the next picot. And yeah, one more thing. For the neckline edging, I chose a smaller hook than this one. I worked the top with a 2.50 millimeters, right? So that's 2.5. And this, even though it says 2.75 millimeters, actually means 2.3 millimeters. So that's a little bit smaller than the other one. So single crochet. The point was that you need to have a smaller hook to work the edging of the top. So chain 3 and then single crochet into the next picot. And working like this, you go here. We do not have a picot, I don't think, but we have this. So here we're gonna have a chain 5 because we're gonna join into this point right here, okay? Because then it makes a too larger space. I don't want to have a chain 10 there, so I'm gonna split it in half, like 3, 4, 5, and single crochet into this point here, and then another chain 5 to the next picot, So again, another chain 5 into the next point here, chain 5 to the next picot, so it's really up to you, like whatever your gut tells you. Chain 3, it's not really mandatory to be like this. It's just, this is my version of doing things, so especially for this neckline. So chain 5 here, and for the next 2 picots I'm gonna work a chain 3 space. So chain 3, so single crochet here, and another chain 3, and so on and so forth. So you got the system. I'll meet you at the end of this round, I guess. So I got at the end of this round, and I'm finishing it up with a chain 3 space and slip stitch into this first single crochet. Now for the next row I call it a filet crochet row because it will consist of empty cells made out of double crochet and chain 1. So this is how it goes. For each chain 3 space you're gonna have 1 empty cell, and this is what I mean. So chain 3 for the first double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet into the next single crochet. So that's what I mean, okay? A single empty cell. For every chain 5 space you're gonna have to have 3 cells. So that means chain 1, double crochet into this space, chain 1, double crochet into this same space, and then chain 1 and double crochet into the next single crochet. So this is the whole system here. All right, so every chain 3 space will be covered with a cell, and every chain 5 space will be covered with 3 cells. 1, 2, 3. Makes sense? Makes sense. All right, so that's all you do here in this row. Just show you a couple more steps. So 1, I'm counting by cells, I'm not counting by stitches. For this row it really doesn't matter, so I only pay attention to the cells. So this is the second cell for this space and the third cell here. So if you look from here to here you have 3 cells. Okay, continue like that till the end of the row. So for the last row, well, I finished this filet crochet row, and for the last row we're gonna work a single crochet in every stitch of this row. So that means in every double and in every chain 1 stitch there will be a single crochet. Now for decoration I like to add picots, and my picots are situated at every 4 single crochets. So this is exactly what I mean. Single crochet in the first stitch, in the second. Since I'm gonna have at every 4 single crochet, I'm gonna think that this is the 4th one here, because I will split the last repeat, let's say so, in half. So I'm gonna have, this would be like the 3rd and 4th single crochet, and I'm gonna make a picot here, and then I'll continue with next 4 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically every 2 cells will have a picot. That's how you go till the end of your row. So every 4 single crochets, 1 picot. Very simple and very fast. So I got at the end of this last round, I cut the thread and I pulled it through. And this is what I have left from my 5th skein. I used up 5 skeins in total for this top, and like I said in my first video, this is an S size or an M, SM. That's for an M it will be fit, for an S it will be also fit but a little loose, not too loose, it will be just right, I guess. And about the other sizes, this top is actually good because you can make any size you like, and the secret lies in how many motifs you put per row. For example, an L size might need 4 motifs per side. That would be 8 motifs in a circle, so around the chest. Or you just measure yourself at the widest part of your body, and in accordance with that, you decide how many motifs you need around, okay, or per side. So for my size, 3 motifs is enough. And the top is complete. The only thing that's left is for me to weave in the ends, like all of these little tails, and wash it and block it. That's all. I will post a picture of this top, either me wearing it, either on a mannequin, I don't know, after I wash it. It will be on my Facebook page, Crochet Realm, so make sure to like the page if you have not heard about it yet, and or if you want, you can follow. If not, that's fine, that's okay. It's just that page is where I post all the things I make in my free time. So thank you for watching. It was a pleasure showing you how I make my tops. I hope to see yours too, that you made after my pattern, obviously. And you're free to adapt the pattern to your own changes, make it however you like. And yeah, I still hope I will see a picture of your work too. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.